The voice principle is speak in a friendly human voice and avoid using a machine voice. This principle is not attempting to reduce cognitive load, as most of the other principles are, but in Mayer's words, it's intended, quote, to increase the learner's motivational commitment to active cognitive processing. So a human voice conveys a sense of social presence, doesn't it? And this influences the willingness of your learners to invest in making sense of what you're saying to them. A machine voice often seems like a good option if you're worried that you might misspeak or you might stumble over your words. You can type out your narration and have the computer read it back as a voiceover, and it might sound something like this.
Speak in a friendly human voice and avoid using a machine voice.
Now, machine voice naturally has its uses as far as accessibility is concerned, but if it isn't needed, then don't use it. You've probably seen online tools where you can upload your presentation slides with the written notes on them, and then it will convert it into a video with a voiceover. While that may seem like a quick way of doing it, it probably actually isn't much of a time saver, especially if you haven't already typed out your notes. I suspect it would be quicker just to produce a natural narration with your own voice. And you can do this in PowerPoint, for example, by hitting the slideshow button, then following the simple tools under the record slideshow button. There's a link in the description of this video if you're watching on YouTube that will show you a bit more detail on how to do this. Just a word of caution as we conclude. There is some preliminary research by Mayer and Duprat in 2012 that suggests that the benefit of a human voice may actually be lost if that human voice is supposedly coming from a character on screen, and if that character is not very human-like. Perhaps they're sort of static on screen or with somewhat rough or juddering movements. But in summary, the voice principle states that you should speak in a friendly human voice and avoid using machine voice.